Welcome to my channel. My name is Pia, and today is probably going to be a quick video just because this is like, I don't know, the 10th or 11th time I'm having to start over. Basically, today's topic, self-love principle, is challenging self-sabotage. And it is an area that I definitely struggle with in my own life, or that I am still working on. I'll choose my words wisely, that I still face. And the thing about self-sabotage is that it will sneak up on you. It shows up in ways and you don't even realize that you're doing it, right? So, and it will sneak up on you and try to undermine your growth and just kind of steal from your life. And it's very subtle. So how self-sabotage will show up in your life, it'll show up in the form of procrastination. It'll show up in ways of hoarding, spending time with people that either drain you or bring you down or hold you back. Sometimes you'll go back to hanging out with people that you stopped spending time with because something undesirable happened, or you got tired of, things going the way that they always do with those people, and then you end up hanging out with them again, and then you realize, why you'd stopped hanging out with them. Anyway, that's a form of self-sabotage too. Sometimes putting up with things in your life that are draining to you, or things you've been putting up with for years and years and years, and to the point you don't even know how to get out of it. That's a form of self-sabotage as well. And so because it's been so challenging tonight to get this video out, I will say the thing that manifested in the midst of it, and it was almost like it was meant for me to say this, because this principle was not, or this point was not in my other videos that I made and had to stop. And that is giving up on yourself. Today is day 3 of me making videos, and it's not the most consistent, but it's more consistent than I have been on YouTube, showing up the 3rd day to do this, and doing the things that are hard are the things that help you get over self-sabotage. Like, this isn't an exercise in challenging self-sabotage for me, because it would have been really easy to just be like, you know what, I'll just do it later. And then I would have been disappointed, and I felt like I could have pushed through. So it's kind of an example that I'm going through right now to get this video to you. So I hope that it ends up helping you. Another thing is not saying no. I'm just giving examples of what self-sabotage looks like, right? So not putting up boundaries, stopping doing something that was actually helpful to you, like exercise. When a lot of times we're exercising, we feel good, we're feeling toned, we're losing the weight, and then we just stop, right? We stop. That's a form of self-sabotage. Or we might be on a path of eating healthy and feeling better, and then, the burger or, the fried food calls us back, and then we just quit. And so these are the forms of self-sabotage that are sneaky. They creep up on us, and we're doing it and we don't even know. But all that being said, is the call that I'm making for you today, or the thing I'm encouraging you to do today, is to have awareness, right? If you looked at my past 2 videos, I talk about the self-love process, first being, self-love first, meaning you love yourself first. And the other part of that is I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm not going to start this video again. Even if I lost my train of thought, I'm going to come back to it. Or if I lose it, I apologize. But the point is, in doing the work for yourself, the little the little things that you do, the non-negotiables, the intentional practice of self-love, these are the things that are going to help you with your awareness of the ways that you can do better, right? The ways that you can improve, because you can't improve something that you aren't aware of, right? If you don't know that it's an issue, you can't really overcome it, right? So in doing intentional daily self-love practices, that will help you to become aware of the things that you do to self-sabotage. And once you become aware of it and you're doing the work, you're doing the little fun things, because this process is enjoyable. It's supposed to be fun. In doing that, you'll find that you're less willing to tolerate the things that you've been putting up with all along. All of a sudden, you'll have an awareness because you're taking the time and you're making the efforts to do the self-love. And so, and that's why I'm encouraging you to do that. And so, a point that I want to make about loving yourself first is because there's a phrase that is out there, you got to love yourself first so that you can love other people, or you can't love anybody else until you love yourself. And my approach is very different than that. I will say that I encourage you to self-love first just because it's for you, and that I don't want to say it doesn't matter that you don't love somebody else. That's not at all what I'm saying. You will naturally be more loving to others. But if you're self-sabotaging and you're self-neglecting and you don't even think that you're worth anything unless you're connected to somebody else, or that you are somebody in relation to something external to yourself, then you lose. You really miss out. And as I shared before, I've been married one time and divorced, and I've been single a long time. I've had relationships, but the thing that I gained from those relationships and like pursuing them and making them the most important in my life, and losing myself, because it was a form of escape for me. I wasn't looking in the mirror. I wasn't facing my own issues. I wasn't doing the work to really develop myself. It was a distraction. It was a distraction, and having those relationships definitely helped to wake me up to the fact that I had no self-love. None. Didn't know I didn't have it. Didn't care. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't even on my radar until it was. And so that's the reason for me to push through to share this, because having the awareness, having the aha moments, having the, wow, I can't believe that I was missing out on this because I was always chasing behind somebody else and making their needs and their wants more important than my own. It's an undoing. It's definitely an undoing of training, especially for women, because we are, well, at least I was raised to serve more than to be served. I was raised by a mom who said that she was raised that it wasn't polite for women to really speak up. As children, they were taught to be seen and not heard. And so when you're taught that from a very young age, it carries out to adulthood, and then you pass that on to your children, right? So this is an undoing the whole self-love, and that, you know, that you matter, and that your needs are important, and that your dreams and your aspirations are worth fighting for. And so I also need to add to the list of things that we do to self-sabotage is the fact that we don't pursue our own goals. You know, we don't pursue our own interests. We make up reasons why, you know, won't succeed or are afraid to succeed, all the things, right? So once we have the awareness and we take the small steps, because in life, it's about the little things. It's not the big things, right? It's all the little things that help us to advance in life. It's not always the big moments or, you know, the grand gestures. It's, you know what, today I'm going to cook for myself, or today I am going to buy myself a gift, right? And it could be something small, but it's intentional. It's a gift that you would give to somebody else, except that you're giving it to yourself because you're worthy of receiving. You're worthy of treating yourself and of being treated, and you don't need to wait for somebody else. I think at the root of this message, it really is that you don't have to wait for somebody to love you, for you to feel whole or to feel validated. Because I spent a good chunk of my life living that way and feeling like, oh, when you found somebody, that was like the goal. And I mean, that's wonderful, but it's got to be balanced, right? And I'm doing this, I'm sharing this with you because I was not balanced. I was not in balance at all. I was probably addicted to, I don't know, it was just some kind of, it just wasn't right. When I woke up, I realized it just wasn't right. And I can't sit here and totally, you know, diagnose myself and like what I was doing, but it felt wrong. And I had to like ask God, what am I doing wrong in the process? How am I a contributor? And me owning my own stuff and facing what I had done and how I got to where I was in life at that moment. And I still do it. I still ask the question like, well, how did I get here? Or what is it I need to do? What do I need to, what perspective do I need to change in order to move forward with my life, right? So I'm going to stop now because I've been doing this a long time, meaning this video, but I'm happy that I got through it. My hope and my prayer is that these videos help you, that they help you to realize that you are worthy. You are worthy, you are worthy, you are worthy. If I don't say it once, I will say it 1,000 times because I want you to know that it's true, you know, because life will beat you down and it'll make you feel like, whoa, you know, make your head spin. But if this content ends up, my goal is that it ends up being a light for you. And so I will end by saying this, because I'm going to repeat this as well too, that no one else's love is more important than the love you have for yourself. That other people's love does not replace the love that you have for you, because your self-love is first. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.